Hey, I'm Chris from 30. Thanks for tuning in to another one of our YouTube product reviews. Today we're lucky enough to be up at Vango's headquarters looking at the new range of driveway awnings for 2020, and there's some really exciting things to look at. So today we're going to be looking at the new Vango driveway awning called the Magra Sport. So this has been brought into the range from a lot of market research and really looking at what a customer wants and needs from their awning. You will see, and no doubt if you're watching this video, you might have like a VW conversion or a Ford Transit conversion. And what you're really looking for is somewhere to put things, to relax in, maybe to sleep in, to just park up alongside, and just for it to be a natural space that just gives you a little bit of extra standing room or a changing room outside of your van. And this is really where this comes in. Firstly, I think they've got the aesthetics completely right, so it looks good. If you've got a really nice van and you want something to put alongside it that looks really cool as well, they've definitely got the design right. It's the real nice sharp kind of red line running through it. This also does come in the blue, the orange and the grey, not just the grey, the red and the darker grey. So there are two colour options dependent on which one takes your fancy. But the lines of it look really clean. It's going to look really good against your van. So the key selling points for me on this awning, and the reason why I do love it, I use van awnings. I've got a van myself, go away in it a lot. And the reason why I love this so much is because there's no front or back to the awning. It's very versatile. This could be your front and you could park up with your van front facing there. You could turn it around and you could use it the other way around. On this side we've got a rain safe aluminium pole that's very technical, looks really sleek, and then walking around you've got all the pegging points, you've got nice big window space. You could imagine being sat in there enjoying a couple of beers and some food with your mates, and then walking around to the other side you've got kind of a similar theme going on, and just as we walk around we can see lots of air ventilation, lots of big windows with the curtains. The style of it as well, they've really thought about the style, this sort of hexagon utilisation on the curtains. It all looks really sleek. Just running around you've got 3 beams to pump up, all air with the standard very good guaranteed air beams. And then moving on to the other side, which again could be your front, could be your back, you've got an air canopy. So utilising this side, could be your front, could be your back. You could park up this way. If you've got barn doors that you're opening or a big door that you're opening, you could be parked up with the boot here. Open it up, you've got your cooking space, you're bringing that out of your van, and you could be cooking here, and then you've got sort of rain cover inside the awning here. It really is super versatile and really easy to use. I quite like the way that they've done this staggered sort of front section as well. It gives you a little bit of sort of style and dynamic to, again, parking alongside the van. And then the space that you're using inside and internally as well, it really works. Okay, so we're just going to talk about some of the specifications of the whole awning, what it comes with, the actual spec details of the fabrics itself. So fabric wise, it comes with one of their top spec fabrics. It's 105 grams per meter squared, so a super heavy duty fabric. It's basically some of their top line fabric. The only difference is it doesn't have the rip stop in this material. So when you're actually feeling it, it does feel really premium, feels really heavyweight. It's gonna last you a long time. It's got that colour lock in it, so again, it's not going to fade in a quick period of time when it's out in the UV. You'll also notice embossed in the fabric, it's got those hexagons that we talked about on the curtain. So lots of style, lots of detail to it. You've got some storm straps running through on this side, again to keep it nice and stable in the wind, and then all the guy lines, reflective guy lines running through that as well from the front, or whichever side you want to call the front and the back, but it's got it on both sides. The beams as well, they're pre-bent, so you get that feeling of space. So I can pretty much, I'm 5'8", I can stand right next to the side of the actual awning itself, and I can stand full height. It's got that villa construction, so upright and giving lots of headroom. The beams are also super beams, so they're really thick. They're thicker than your average kind of air beam, giving you a lot of rigidity and a lot of strength to the structure itself. Moving inside of the tent, you'll see you've got a little ground sheet pegging area in here that comes with the actual awning. One thing I have noticed as well The ground sheet is a really heavy duty, very tough, fully taped. I mean, it feels really heavy duty and really good quality. Carpets as well that they come with it nowadays, you can just put them around the tubes to keep them nicely in place. All of the curtains are all zipped up and down, so again, like I said, they're embossed, but you can just zip that up and down, not toggled. You've got mesh on both the front and the back door, whichever way around you want to call it, and then full door panels. You'll also notice this one's got a skyliner in. The skyliners actually come with this, and that again helps with the condensation and general comfort. If it's cold, it keeps the warm in, and also stops the condensation from gathering on the roof. You'll see as well they come with bracer beams on both sides, so again keeping the whole thing really steady. You can see they've really worked on making sure this awning stays up in sort of adverse weather conditions. If you're parked up on the top of a headland in St Agnes or something in Cornwall and it's blowing a hoolie, you know, this thing is going to stand up to the test for sure. It looks like they've really got a lot of strength and stability rolling through this. You've got low level mesh venting with deep vents, so again lots of airflow going through the tent, again less condensation, and then little pegs at the top here, little clips that you can put in a bedroom to come in. The bedroom will come down around about here, giving you this much space to walk in. So the bedroom does take up quite a lot of room in the actual awning itself. So, you know, it's whether or not you're really buying this to sleep in. I would suggest this is very much a social awning. It's not necessarily something you're going to sleep in a lot, but the extra bedroom does give you that option if you do want it. The windows in these have been increased in thickness as well, so they are better at getting rid of the wrinkles and the crinkles in the previous models of awnings. And then you'll see on the doors as well, these are flap down doors, so they're not going to trip you up as you walk in. So again, little extras that allow wheelchairs, pushchairs, stuff like that getting in, and lack of tripping as well. So one thing that sometimes we maybe brush over when we're talking about the awnings is the success that Vango especially have had with their air beams technology. And one thing that's put down to is really the quality of the beams and the quality of the valves that they use. So the airspeed technology has always used this twist lock valve system. And the idea of that is when you put your pump in, you twist it in, lock it into place, and the valve is never turning inside, it's never sort of racing on the air beam itself, and therefore gives a lot of reliability to the actual air beam itself. And over the past 5 or 6 years of Vango using this, they've been very successful and very reliable. So like really we talked about in the first part of the video, these awnings are designed for that converted VW van. Like I said, with the door coming out, with the back door coming out here, you've got a bit of cooking going on. And because of that, they've designed this in a VW format. When I say VW, it basically fits low style vans, so your Transit Customs, your Vitos, your VW Californias, and it is in that one size. There is some adjustability to it, so once connecting, you've got, as always, the 3 connection methods. So you've got the pole and clamp, throw over the top. You can peg that around your running rail that runs down the side of the van. And you've also got the option of using the Cater strip to put in if you've got like a Remo rail or anything like that, or a Fiamma rail. So there are lots of different connection methods that you can use. And then inside, if you have a look, they've just tightened up the connection to make sure you've got straight doors and they're all in line. So you'll see with this one, they've pulled this in a little bit from where you connect it, and you can just pull that up and it just pulls the door nice and straight. And with all of these connection areas, so this will close off completely. You get a door on each side, so you can access your van without walking through the whole awning and disturbing the awning if you've got people sleeping in there. So just some little tweaks that they've done just to make this a little bit more fitting for those lower vehicles. So like I say, you've got 4 connection methods and plenty of options to connect it to your van, and they do fit really well to that lower style of van. And then when you want to drive away, you can use a drive away kit, take it off, roll all this back up and leave this standing as one freestanding unit. Quite frequently, for obvious reasons of storage in the van, we get asked how big the pack size is and how much it weighs. The pack size is just to my right here. It comes in at 22.5 kilos, and this is the size it packs down to. So realistically, looking at size of usable space to weight and size of the actual pack, it is very economical and very, very usable. Well guys, thanks for watching. I'm sure you'll all agree that I'm pretty sold on this model that Vango have brought out in the new driveway range. If you want to see the new Tolga model that we're going to review, then click on the little banner that we've just put to the right here. And any other details you want, specifications of the fabric, the floor plan, the size, then check out our website at www.30.co.uk. You can get all the further specs on it. But thanks guys for watching and have a great day.